Most people think becoming a millionaire takes a lucky break, an inheritance, a business that blows up, a stock that explodes overnight. But when you look at the data, most millionaires never got a windfall at all. They built it slowly, and most of them looked completely ordinary while doing it. So today we're breaking down why some people cross that million-dollar line, and why most people, even smart, hard-working people, never do. There are roughly 24 million millionaires in America today. But strip out home equity. Count only money someone can actually touch right now without penalties or taxes, and that number falls to around 6 million. A lot of so-called millionaires are wealthy on paper, but their money is locked inside a house they can't easily sell. And the average millionaire isn't 25, they're 61. Most people cross the million-dollar mark around age 50, after decades of steady, unglamorous saving. No lucky break, just time. David is 58, a few months from retirement, sitting across from his advisor. He says something quietly that a lot of people think but never say out loud. I make good money. Why don't I have more saved? He's not careless. He just started late. If David had invested $500 a month starting at 25, at 8% return, he'd retire with close to 1.75 million. Starting that same amount at 40, he'd end up with less than 500,000. Same person, same discipline. The only difference is time, and time, once it's gone, cannot be bought back. So why does this keep happening? It's rarely about income. It's about behavior. The biggest one is lifestyle inflation. Someone earns 60,000 and spends 55. They get a raise to 120,000, and somehow they're spending 110. The income doubles, but what they actually keep barely moves. It's why a teacher who saves consistently for 30 years can retire wealthier than a doctor who upgrades his life every time his paycheck grows. David lived this too. Every time he paid off a car, he financed a new one. $700 a month, on repeat, for almost 20 years. He never missed a payment, never felt like he was struggling, but that habit quietly cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars that could have been compounding in his retirement account instead. But here's the part most financial content skips, and it's the part that matters most. Life happens. Two people can earn the same income, save the same percentage, and still end up in completely different places. One retires with 2 million, the other with 500,000. Usually it comes down to one or two disruptions. Divorce is the biggest one. One household becomes two, legal costs pile up, and a 20% savings rate can drop to zero for years while someone rebuilds. That's not just lost money, that's lost compounding. A job loss works the same way. In your 30s, it's painful but survivable. At 55, income often never fully returns. Someone earning 150,000 might come back at 100,000, and retirement contributions stop during the years they can least afford to lose them. So this isn't really a story about bad decisions. It's about what happens after life gets hard, and whether someone can keep compounding through it. And that's good news, because the path forward isn't about being perfect. Raise your savings rate before you worry about picking the right investment. 20% in a simple index fund almost always beats 5% in a perfectly optimized portfolio. Start before you feel ready. Your first invested dollars are the most powerful ones you'll ever put in, because they have the most years to grow. When your income goes up, split the raise. Half toward investing, half toward enjoying life. Do that for 20 years, and the results look nothing like someone who upgrades everything every time they get a raise. Protect your ability to earn. Disability insurance and an emergency fund aren't extra expenses. They're what stops one bad year from wiping out 20 good ones. And automate it. Set up one decision, automatic transfers into retirement accounts, and let it run quietly while you live your life. Back to David. 58 isn't too late. It's just later than 25. The math is harder, but the principles are exactly the same. So here's the real question. It's not whether you'll ever become a millionaire. Most people who save consistently for a few decades already will. The real question is whether you start today or wait another 5 years and let the math get harder. If this helped you see it differently, subscribe, because next week we're breaking down the exact withdrawal order that determines whether your $1 million lasts 30 years or disappears in 15.